Nerd culture rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd culture rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd culture used to
clever
be just a
song.
made-up
I'm
word.
too tired. No clever song. .com. I literally got nothing.
You got nothing.
I literally got nothing. It's been a long day already, and it's only Monday.
It's only Monday. Well, we recorded last night too.
That's true too. We had a really good episode last night.
Yep.
So, well, welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And if you guys would like to catch us live and in person sometime, you can find us on Twitch streaming video games for people.
Video games.
Video games on the internets. You can find Chris over there streaming under the username GuyverUnt01. That's Guyverunt01. And myself under KSIG, K_SIG. You can find us off and on throughout the week, but definitely on the weekends, on Saturdays, mainly around 7:30, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, playing some indie horror games. So you guys come check that out, hang out. It's fun. It's fun on Twitch. Links are down in the show description for my channel, for Chris's channel. Links down there for the Discord. If you guys are not a part of that, please do so. Join, agree to the rules, so we know you're not going to be a dick. And
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Join the Discord. There's tons. It's growing exponentially with conversation.
Mhm.
Members are slowly trickling in, but people are talking more and more and more in so many different categories of things. So,
yep,
not just what we're talking about on the show. I mean,
we encourage it.
We encourage it. We have categories for TV, movies, anime,
Sports.
comics, books, music. We got Chof's Beer Hall. If you like to drink beer and you want to beer snob it up, there's a spot for that.
It was going back and forth between Chof and B-Rob, but I think B-Rob just kind of gave up.
He did
because he's a puss.
Not out. He's not out drinking the Chof. He really needs to get on it.
Yeah, because B-Rob's not a poos, but
He's not a poos.
He's not a poos. But I was really, really enjoying the back and forth between him and Chof. Like, they gave me some good ideas for stuff I wanted to try.
Oh yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. But B-Rob I think this is a busy season with the kids right now.
Yeah, it's like Little League football and soccer, I think, and possibly softball. And so it's a busy time for sports if you have kids right now. And we're recording this late September.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a busy time. But yeah, you guys we have a wrestling channel. You like some wrestling?
We like wrestling.
You like wrestling? We got that.
Got a purty mouth.
No, that's not wrestling. That's That's something that we don't have a channel for that yet.
We can call a channel Ozzy's Mouth Hugs. If he ever got more active in the Discord. We love you, Ozzy.
And it's all in there. We got stuff for sports because we got the EGTN Fantasy Football League that's rolling and going.
That Chris is not doing well in.
I was doing good, and I got beat by Fee's auto draft team, I think, this last week.
I've been beaten multiple times.
It happens. But yeah, we got all that going on. So you guys go check that out. There's a lot of fun stuff happening in there. Go in and hang out. Be part of the conversation. So,
well, with that, and don't forget to go down
below
and click on the links.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, and don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
Oh,
this has been Bob Barker.
Spay and neuter your pets. This has been Guyver.
So,
I thought that's where you were going with that.
No, I was just going to be low. So, we are talking about Marvel What If. We're actually a little behind because someone was having a good time at a concert.
Yeah. A lot of interesting things. Priorities. I sent you pictures from the Marvel exhibit I went to. That was freaking awesome.
It was awesome.
We didn't even know that was happening. Like, me and my buddy are in Chicago. We go to Riot Fest for 4 days, and he bought us the city pass to go to all the museums and stuff, or several of the museums and the aquarium and all this, all the touristy shit. And so we go to the Science and Industry Museum, and there's just like this huge Marvel exhibit with, the costumes they wore in the movies and old comics on display, and like it was cool. It was really, really cool. So I was just rubbing it in Chris's face by sending him pictures all the time. Like, look at this cool stuff. I made sure to get pictures of the early Fantastic Four comics for you, though.
Which is awesome.
Mhm.
Which is awesome.
That was a priority. I mean, I was looking out for you, buddy.
And I appreciate it.
Mhm.
While I was here working like a sucker.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Marvel What If, episode 6. What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark?
Okay. I'm going to preface. Okay, first, if you guys haven't ever listened to us cover one of these, do our Nerky. The Nerky start off as like a nerd quickie. We were supposed to, the original thought was like, hey, we're going to run through these cool little new shows as they come out and do little 15-minute reviews like all the big YouTubers and such do. And they ended up turning to really long, deep, analytical episodes of our episodes of these episodes. So if you haven't watched The Source yet and you don't want to be spoiled, go back and watch it. That's your warning. Otherwise, we're going to spoil the shit out of you because we're going to sit here and watch it again together. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you'll see us glance over to the other screen as we're referencing the show itself. And
You're
we
going
kind
to
of
take it and like it.
Yeah, you're going to take it and you're going to like it and you're going to ask for more. We're going to take it, scene by scene. So like I said, if you don't want to be spoiled, stop now, go back. Otherwise, we're rolling forward with it. And with that, I'm going to say I was confused as hell at the beginning of this. We'll get into it, and I'll kind of explain that a little bit. We talked about it before we actually started recording. When we're over in the green room, which is the same as the rooms we're in right now, but it's before I hit the record button.
Which is true.
Uh-huh. And so the What If series has been, I'm going to say it's been hit and miss. Like, it's all been good and enjoyable, but there's definitely variations in the caliber of stories.
I agree.
And I don't think that's by design. I think it's just, shit, we got to fill 9 episodes. Let's do this. And we'll whenever we go over the episode after this one, we'll get to that. But
yeah.
This one may have been one of the more reaching. I don't know. I mean, Zombies was pretty far reaching, but
Zombies was great though.
Zombies was great, and Zombies had a history in the comics. This did not, and this was a cool one. This one was hard for me to follow. Just because it took, for me, the oldest MCU property, which, Iron Man 1, and then it took Black Panther, which I don't know. I've only watched a couple of times and it's been a while. And so that made it a little bit more difficult for me, but there's still some cool stuff. So we'll get into the episode.
So this episode cemented, I'm kind of the opposite. I enjoyed every minute of this one just because if you guys remember listening to us, our breakdown of MCU with Iron Man, how much I enjoyed Iron Man, because that was the first property kickoff.
Yeah.
That made it exciting for me. This one reminded me why I think Killmonger is probably the best villain in the universe.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I think he is probably one of the best villains in the universe, if not the.
Well, and he fits into my mold of the superheroes that I like, that the non-super superheroes. He kind of fits.
Tragic heroes?
Well, they're not
Anti-heroes.
No, not like anti-hero, like Black Widow, Hawkeye.
Accidental heroes?
They don't have
Whores.
They're just regular people that are doing extraordinary things without serum, without radiation, without crazy things that have happened to them, without
super circumstances.
Yeah, they have normal human powers. They're not super powered. They're just awesome.
But that's the thing. Black Widow was like Olympian or beyond Olympian level.
Right. But she didn't have any superhero serum. She wasn't some weird alien.
Huh? You had the Red Room to brainwash her.
Right. But she still has she was still capable as like any other human could have done that without, you got Captain America that got hit up with the serum.
Mm-hmm.
You got, I like the regular heroes.
I'm just giving you shit.
You
I'm
know
just
what
trying
I'm
to
talking
argue with you.
about.
I
You're
know
just dragging me
what
along.
You're talking about. I just like watching you squirm.
No, I'm going to explain the whole damn thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're like, no, the thing with
Listen,
the lady and the front
listen,
lady.
Linda. Listen.
Lady,
doctor,
lady.
Yeah.
So let's start. That was fun.
Fine. It's fine. No, I'm going to get a shot of whiskey.
You get a shot of whiskey. We're just going through the intro. We got the Watcher like normal, what
Pervert.
if? Yeah, pervert. Okay.
Now this, though,
Yep.
the very, very beginning, and we've talked about this.
Yep. Kyle called it.
I did. So early, we noticed as the series was progressing that the Watcher is exposing himself more and more like the pervert he is. You see very little of him. See very little of the features early in the. It's cold wherever he's at. Okay,
It is
I
cold
see you keep
wherever
giving me
he's
those
at.
looks.
Marvel's, yeah. Well, look, he is in the
Hold on,
mountains.
let me do that.
He's in the mountains, and he's going. What if it was warm?
Mm. What if? But we've gradually seen more of his features and things as the shows went on. And so I was thinking with this one, like, all right, we're going to see a lot of him eventually. And then it's like, bam, opening sequence. Here he is in all his big-headed glory.
And you see like the intricate details on his costume.
Yeah. And so I think that's leading up to something big happening in episode 9, where these are going to be interconnected somehow. And we've kind of read ahead a little bit, I think. Or we saw something that kind of led some credence to that.
So in the comics, he actually gets involved a couple times. He gets involved with the Fantastic Four. He gives them the ultimate nullifier to defeat Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he got involved in Secret Wars. I can't remember the original from the 80s.
See, I'm thinking that this is kind of presented like it's all random, right? Like he's he's watched this, he's watched this. I think that we're actually watching this in the chronological order that he's watching, that he's seeing these events unfold. Like he saw this, it's like, okay, well, next he saw this, and what we understand is chronological order, which is going to lead up to something big in episode 9. He's like, all right, I'm tired of this shit. You guys are screwing everything up. And
come shine my head.
Yeah.
So we see Watcher, and he's just basically talking about you take one step to the left or right, you end up somewhere different.
Mm-hmm.
We're in Afghanistan. We see the beginning of Iron Man. Tony's in there. He's like, is it cool if I take a picture of you? And takes out this gigantic camera. Yes, it's very cool. He's like,
well, because that was like, when did was it 2007 when Iron Man came out?
Right.
I'm pulling up my IMDb's this episode because I'm curious. That's not Robert Downey Jr. doing his voice, I don't think.
No, it's a different guy.
What
he sounds really good, though.
Which episode is this?
I think it's the guy who does his
6.
voice. This is 6. I think this is the guy who does his voice in like Avengers Assemble, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, those cartoons.
I think you're right. I usually have this pulled up, and I messed up. Let me pull it up here in What If.
So what we're seeing is the attack on Tony's caravan in Afghanistan from Iron Man. And, they're getting demolished right now. It's like, give me a gun. That his guard slams up against the Humvee. Tony's running away, and he's trying to call someone, and he sees the missile, the Stark Industries missile.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, someone picks it up, throws it, and none other than Killmonger.
And see, this is where I got so thrown off because, like I said, my memory of Iron Man 1 is like, it's probably the one I've watched the most. but I watched it the most 10 years ago. Like I watched it over and over again a long time ago, then I only watched it a couple times since.
Right. It's not a recent.
Yeah, it's not recent memory, and we've talked about the aging nerd and our problems with memory. I'm shitty anyway, and so you throw some extra time in there, and so I was like, this threw me off because I didn't remember anything from Black Panther stating that Killmonger or anything anywhere stating that he was in Afghanistan at the time of this.
Which he could have been because he was special forces.
He was special forces, and so this whole episode, I'm just like, it bothered me because like, did I miss something? And I should have just looked it up. That's what I should have done. As soon as it threw me off, is like hit pause, go to the Googles, and then get my brain sorted. But I didn't, and it bothered me the whole episode because I couldn't figure shit out.
Kyle was scratching the whole episode.
I was like, I'm so confused, more so than normal.
This is a great picture. Like, I thought this is awesome because I think I just said this. I'll say it again. I think Killmonger is probably one of the best villains in the MCU.
Give me your reasoning. I want to hear why.
He's smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's strong. He's tough. Like he's super intelligent.
He is.
He's cunning. He's ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
All the good traits that make a classic villain.
Yeah.
He's manipulative. And he's not, his superpower isn't he just smashes straight through you. He sets up these long, elaborate plans to get in where he wants. Think how long he did in Black Panther.
Yeah. Oh, this was super intricate in this episode.
Like to the smallest little detail. And he can play every side because he has what a lot of supervillains don't have is charisma. Like if he'd be a paladin. Right.
I think there's some charisma. Well,
paladin.
For the most part, they're not charismatic.
No,
you know?
Well, I mean, they are. They have to be at in some way to get the followers that they get.
Yeah.
But
like on Instagram, Twitter.
Yes, the Twitch.
Yeah. Those followers.
But like, MODOK gets like the AIM scientists. The reason that Killmonger is so effective, he can charm the good guys too. He can play both sides. You don't see that a lot in the villains. Like you don't see Thanos going off and being like, "Hey, Scarlet Witch, you're looking good today."
We'll go back and dig up some potatoes.
Yes, you like potatoes.
You like potatoes?
You like flowers.
You got a garden out back.
You don't see Ebony Maw. You don't see him bringing people over. You don't see
charismatic, but you have the charismatic
Mordo.
Ones. Like the Collector is charismatic. We jump universes. Joker is arguably extremely charismatic.
He is, but like I said, it's not the same.
No, it's not. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. He's just got this air about him that he can draw in anyone, and that's when he's got you. He gives you this false sense of security.
But he doesn't pull over on everyone. Some people can see through it, and we see that.
But think about how many he pulled it over on.
Yeah.
And he's just such a strong character too. And
visually a cool character.
Oh, he's visually cool. I just love how he's a person of color too.
Yeah,
you don't see that a lot.
I like stuff with body armor and guns and stuff that goes pew pew.
Yeah.
So
he likes PP.
No, pew pew.
Oh, pew pew.
Yeah.
You've
been really at home in that Bad Batch episode that we did with the Photon Bukkake.
Photon Bukkake. He would have loved that. Back to the Photon Bukkake.
You knew it was coming back.
Yes. So Killmonger's looking at Stark with his gun up, and he says, "The 10 rings have reinforcements en route. Let's move." This is the first time we've heard that the 10 rings are attacking during this time period too. That they were named. They were never named first episode. At least this early that I knew of. They might have been.
I think they were hinted at. I remember B-Rob kind of talking about.
No, I mean, I think their symbol was there, but I don't think they ever said the 10 rings are here. I could be wrong.
You keep going on your thing. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm kind of thinking they weren't, but there was hints.
Right. And he's like, Killmonger? And he's like, German. He's like, nickname. That's clearly a good fit. I see where they got it, and he's taking down enemies. And Tony starts walking away. Then we see the Watcher. Heroes are not born. They are forged in darkness. We see Tony creating the Iron Man armor. Then we see the classic Avengers scene from the first Avengers where they're loading up. I love how they got all their movements down too.
And their flag was
Heroes
there in the first one.
Who was?
Their flag was there in the first one. It was like a combination of the 10 rings and like a Moroccan flag, I think.
Okay.
Then it got changed, I think, and changed. Okay, so all right. Anyway, over there.
So we say the heroes defined by sacrifice. We see Tony, I am Iron Man with the gauntlet, does the snap. And then there's the Watcher. Without Tony Stark's fateful capture in Afghanistan, the age of Iron Man would never come to pass. We see Tony given that press. There's Obadiah Stane with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you look over, and then he's pointing over at Killmonger. That should have been Rhodey.
Should have been Rhodey.
That's our first.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the, just Tony being Tony. They're like, did you learn anything? He's like, yeah, never go to the Four Seasons in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Tony's big revelation that he has to do better. He watched young people die because of his weapons.
I didn't like this Tony.
No, this Tony is kind of a douche. I mean, Tony's kind of a douche to begin with.
Yeah, this version of Tony bothered me a little bit because of he was over there and everybody that he was with pretty much died, but he's making the jokes that he's making. Like, too soon, Tony. Too soon. Give it a little time.
It's because this Tony never knew really his life in danger like this other Tony did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was being attacked, but he got away scot-free, no consequence. I think that's what makes our Tony, Tony Stark.
Yeah.
There's some semblance of humanity in there, mortality.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, it's the Navy SEAL who saved me and our new chief head of security. And then there's Happy. He goes, this is a load of bull. That was supposed to be my promotion.
Love Happy.
I do too. He's talking to Pepper. They hug. And like, all right, Tony's back, huh? And it's Stane. And then we have Christine Everhart, that reporter we see from all the rest. I wonder if she has something to play with this.
Was she in some of the other what ifs?
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
And she was in Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man 2, I believe.
Maybe she's just a convenient continuity character.
Maybe. Something to tie it all together.
Yeah.
Maybe
they just didn't want to have a different reporter for every time they needed a reporter. Like, we're just going to throw her in there.
It's like, it's the Chof of their world.
Oh, accurate,
but it's there. And then
out of line, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's and Killmonger's like, oh yeah, here's Stane. I uncovered plans in him and the 10 Rings trying to kill Tony. And Stane's like, that's a wrap on this conversation. We gotta go. He's like, yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Obadiah.
The plans were Obadiah. He's like, those plans were bankrolled by Stane. He's like, Tony, I don't know what this kid's talking about. Let's get out of here and work through this. He's like, no, you don't need to worry about that. I brought receipts. And he puts the receipts up on with 10 rings up on this projector. And Happy's like, I knew it. He's like, security. They arrest Stane, and that's it. So Iron Man and Happy punches him.
Good for Happy. Happy loves to punch people because he was a boxer.
Happy was a boxer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kyle remembered things.
When I just kind of sad because Happy plays a back seat in this one.
Okay, so this line after that, when they're celebrating at the bar or whatever, I'm really, really surprised that Disney let this fly.
Terrorist, corporate raiders, Maxim cover models, that part?
After this, so Stark talking, he says, terrorist, corporate raiders, Maxim cover models, what do they all have in common? They came for the king.
Oh.
I am really surprised.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, well, maybe you should go work for Disney. because you'd be spot on for not catching the stuff. I was like, oh, did he say that on the Disney in the cartoon? He did.
They came for the king. Maxim cover models.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good catch.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Yeah.
what to say to that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm fluent in innuendo, so.
He is.
Does Tony's ice cube kind of look like a D20 here? Kind of does.
Yeah. He got a nat 20.
Yep. On those Maxim cover models.
And then here comes
Roll for
Pepper. He's
charisma.
like, here's Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Killmonger, you're going to be my new COO. He's
Yep.
like, you, me, will be like Butch and the Sundance Kid. He's like, I need a killer, a figurative one, of course. But hey, a literal one can't hurt either. Upbeat music playing on speakers. 2 killers. Yeah.
This is what happens when we have subtitles on.
Yes.
Music, speakers.
Okay, this part here, look at how everyone's dancing behind Pepper. It's like a Final Fantasy game. Or, no, it's like the people in Wreck-It Ralph when they were dancing at the party. Yes.
Yeah. Not as animated as you would think animated
No.
people would be. Like, I want something with some umph in it. I want somebody in the back like, this is the time of sprockets when we dance.
Do. So now we have Pepper goes outside and she's meeting Rhodey. And she had Rhodey investigate Killmonger.
Mhm.
And he's like, he pretty much has a spotless record, is what he says. And then Pepper's like, that's the problem with all these people. My job is to sniff out the bad ones. And the problem is everyone wants something. Foreshadowing. We go down to Tony's little workshop. He goes, oh man, repulsor tech tried to miniaturize the Jericho in a firearm. And he's pointing at it. Pretty cool looking gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arm took away the gun from Killmonger.
So did you catch what's different about Rhodey? Since we're going back to Iron Man, original Iron Man.
How it's Don Cheadle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Instead of Terrence Howard.
Yep. So that's the second time they've done that in What If. I mean, they probably had to.
They had to retcon it.
Just back when we had, original Hulk scene earlier in this series.
Right. So they're just talking about weapons, and he's like, here's what Killmonger's playing him. He's like, oh, forget it. He's like, oh, shucks, forget it.
Shucks, Tony. I'm just happy to be here.
He's vague booking right now. He's like, ask me what's wrong. Hashtag ask me what's wrong. And Tony goes, tell me. He's like, it's just my doctoral thesis.
Yeah, just that little thing.
I developed plans for an automated combat drone that I thought I was going to make human soldiers obsolete. Could never crack the interface. He's like, you didn't have me. Let's do it. Let's build your science fair project. I'll return the favor.
This is where he is so smart, like you said. Like, he reads Tony, reads, super ego. So he's going to stroke his ego.
Mm-hmm.
He's baiting him. Like, man, I wish I had somebody that knew how to do super fancy computer interface and UI that would be really super smart for the things that I made. If there's somebody that's really super smart that could do this, maybe we could get it done. Do you know anybody super smart like that, Tony?
And he's batting his eyes going, you're really pretty, like model pretty.
I love your goatee. Your facial hair is amazing.
Did they come for the king?
Or, ah.
Aha!
So he's... He shows him. He pulls out the model of the prototype. I figured you just went nuts over this little.
I did. Well, did you see what the project was called too? Search the MIT database for project, and Killmonger told him.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot though.
Liberator.
Oh,
there's your first hint.
Liberator was, God, it's right there.
Well, I mean, all I was thinking is how he wanted to, if you remember in Black Panther, he wanted to liberate Wakanda for his people.
Right. But I thought there were Liberator drones too.
I think there was. I don't remember though.
That sounds really familiar. All right. You go gush over this part right here that they're about to talk about because I know you want to.
Yes. So they bring it up and I go, it looks like a Gundam.
Do you think that before anything was said?
100%.
Yep.
100%. I'm like, it looks just like a Gundam. It looks like the Wing Gundam kind of like, well, and maybe a little combo of heavy arms. And he goes, what? I like anime. He said, worst case scenario, we'll end up with the world's most expensive Gundam model. And I go, I love Gundam.
I could probably hear you all the way wherever I was. Just
You're in Chicago.
having a nerdgasm.
What? I love Gundam.
I know you do. That's why I was like,
I love mecha. That's my thing. That's my jam. My jam, man. Yeah, it was just awesome. And the suit looks awesome too. It does look just like a Gundam.
Yeah.
And Tony's like, Jarvis, clear the warehouse. We're gonna need all these Bloody Marys, hangover starting to kick in, and then upbeat music starts playing.
Yep.
And they start pulling out all Tony's Legos. And Tony's drinking while making Killmonger do the carrying.
Gonna need a montage.
Gonna need a montage. And Tony starts picking apart the 3D model, the hologram.
Oh, I'm gonna go back here. I thought I just saw something that looked really off.
What, the choo-choo train in the chest?
No, when he had the. Oh, never mind. He's doing it right.
I'm glad that Tony Stark gets your sequel approval.
No, it was when Killmonger he had the soldering iron, and I thought it was like, surely, I hope he's holding that right, and he was.
He
So.
did. The drones can react to stimuli in real time, and no one needs to lift a finger. And Killmonger's doing stuff, and the drone's following him. Operation Test Stark Liberator Drone Mark 1 Showtime. What is that in reference to?
This is when he was testing all his Iron Man suits.
Yep, and he called it the Mark 1.
Yep, and you had this same kind of thing with the recording footage, and like it's pretty close to how things went when he was making his suits.
You know what the Liberator armor looks like to me?
A Gundam?
No.
What?
Look at it. It looks like the first Mark 1 armor that he made in the cave to me. Head.
Kind of.
But look at the arm, how thick that one. Remember, one arm had like the rockets on it, and the other one like had the flamethrower underneath.
He's got the girthy arm, and then he's got the Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought of on this. Killmonger's fighting the drone. Well, it's not really fighting; it kind of fell, and he's like, "Only a failure if it explodes." And then the head shoots off. He's like, "Yeah, it's a failure."
That changes things.
And they start talking about they need another power source. Hey, if we could miniaturize an arc reactor.
Notice what okay, so let's go to this. Because that's, also very important.
Yeah.
Watch Tony. So if you guys are not if you're trying to follow along, I don't know why you would, but it's fun. We're at minute 24 and 6 seconds. Tony's laying on his back. And watch his left hand when he says arc reactor. Miniaturize an arc reactor.
When he's doing the snap?
No. He's got his left hand up. He's laying on his back. And he goes, what if we miniaturize an arc reactor, and puts his hand to his chest?
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Good catch.
I may not remember a lot of the big things, but I'll find some little cool shit here and there.
Yeah. And they're talking about how they need huge
Penises.
They need lots of penises.
All the
All
guy in
penises.
Florida had a bunch of them stashed away in the.
That was Houston.
Oh, is it Houston? I thought that was Florida. Okay,
No, that's
anyway.
in Houston. No, Florida right now is the Marine who the sheriff's telling to kill everyone to kill.
Oh.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, good thing
We're
we're
in Florida.
here. Good job, Florida. Kick it back up a notch.
That's Florida. And they're like, we need huge, gigantic tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land. They need huge amounts of vibranium. And he's like, too bad Pops used it up during the war, last of it. And Killmonger's like, not all of it. Pulls out his little necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony's like, you got a vibranium ring?
Mm-hmm. It's a decoder ring.
It's a decoder ring. He puts it in. He's like, where did you get this? This stuff kind of pops up all over the globe. you need the right hookup. And this is like the vibranium for the cerebro for vibranium instead of mutants.
Yeah.
Showing them all over the
Oh,
globe.
okay. Yeah, I see. Well, it was very gritty. Okay.
And that's what I think it was, showing all the locations.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you need a broker. And then they're like, Ulysses Claw? No, Tony, absolutely not. If you remember, Ulysses Claw is also the actor who plays.
You got something caught in your throat? Catwoman. Gollum.
Yeah.
But you had something caught in your throat. Glad you're okay.
Well, thank you. You saved my life. Okay. Even if you all don't think we're funny, we think we're funny.
Yeah. I'm going to laugh myself to sleep.
That's what we... Well, it's better than crying yourself to sleep.
Well, it's Monday. We still got the whole week to go.
That's my Tuesday.
So, yeah, Pepper is starting to be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't be suspicious, Pepper. Don't
be too spicy for the pepper.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Too spicy for the pepper.
Mm-hmm. So she's basically telling like, hey, we're not going to deal with a black market arms dealer because, we're a corporation, shareholders, blah, 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 stock holdings, blah, 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 financial things. And Killmonger's like, yeah, you're right.
And stockholders, blah, blah, blah. And this blah. That would have been the best written part of the episode.
I'm assuming that's what Tony heard when she was talking about that.
Actually, I could see that. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Profit margin.
Want to see my boobs? Blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah. Well, wait a minute. You missed the part about the Maxim cover models earlier, Pepper. Like,
No, we're fine.
We're fine. Okay, cool.
And the next thing do we see who he's meeting with? We see Claw, where he's in the ship. Yep. This is the scene basically from Age of Ultron.
Yeah, so we jump forward pretty quickly. And this is something else that kind of threw me off because this was Age of Ultron era.
And we see Rhodey.
Which was how many years after Iron Man?
A lot.
Frame wise. But here it's pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would say within a year and a half, tops. Because they got to making stuff pretty quick. And so the whole timeline shuffled and sped up. And that's something else that threw me off. Because I knew this was later.
Yeah. We just didn't know the time period.
Yeah. And it could be. Maybe they've been working together for years and that's just
maybe.
Well,
I do like how Rhodey's got this earpiece and it's like, tell him you want to see his
penis.
The stuff. His penis. See his penis. Well, I mean, Claw does have a vibranium claw in the comic.
Vibranium
when you're on it. I think Claw, they got perfect. He's like, oh, this guy will run his mouth all day. Tell him you want to see the product. Rhodes is like, so what about the vibranium? He's like, oh, no foreplay, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
The same guy to play him?
Yeah.
Andy Serkis?
So. Yep.
They did.
Dora. How do you pronounce it?
Or Major. Yeah. Now I'm going to mess it up that you're making me say it. We really need to practice that because we screwed up every episode.
I know. Dora.
So
Milaje.
The Royal Guard from Wakanda.
The Royal Guard from Wakanda. Wakanda.
That's pretty good.
Wakanda. Bombay. They have a spear from one of them. Awesome people. We like them. Mm-hmm. Bought it off the black market for 10 mil. Steve, I know he's like, please. Tony spends 10 million on a slow Tuesday in Vegas.
Facts.
Yep, facts. And he's like, now that I know you mean business, let's move on to the transaction. He opens up the vault and there's all the vibranium that we saw from. No, we didn't see this much, did we? In Age of Ultron. I think we just saw one.
I don't think we did.
I gotta go rewatch that.
Yeah, there's so much I gotta go rewatch.
Next thing you know, it's like we've been breached. They're like, light them up. Killmonger, you got eyes on this? Killmonger goes silent. Mm-hmm. You see a dead man drop.
The bodies hit the floor.
Bodies hit the
They
You
start
see 'em-
pew-pewing everywhere.
and in pops T'Challa,
Mhm.
just demolishing them. You see how high that dude flew?
Yeah, because he's strong
Black Panther.
Mhm.
And
fast,
T'Challa's
like a panther.
Yeah, like a panther. He's
Yeah.
taking out everyone.
I like this little scene right here where he punches the guy with the light behind him.
Yes.
And we brought this up several times throughout this series. Let's see if we can get back to it here so I can see it. That there's so many, like, I think I've seen at least one or two every episode where there's something that looks like if you pause it just right, it looks like a panel from a comic book.
It really does.
Yeah.
I got an idea for this picture.
Oh,
Might be
like for the actual cover, or is something personal? Okay.
No, might something personal. That's how I get my ladies in the mood. I'm like, you like comic covers?
Yeah.
Like comic panels?
Do you?
This
No?
one says bang
No.
bang.
Speaking of, so here's where Rose, like, you're sending me mixed messages if you're not on our side, or if you're not against us.
Yep. And then we
go ahead.
I was to say, then we see this weapon hitting this sonic weapon.
Sonic boom.
Well, here's what's interesting, right? It's hitting them, and you can see Rhodey. You can see the veins popping in his neck, right?
Yep.
This is kind of like the sonic claw that Claw has in the comics. It's sound-based.
Oh.
But Killmonger's using it. But yeah, this is almost exactly like Claw in the comics. It's a sonic-based weapon like this. You know, make your ears bleed. Good Tuesday. Yeah. He's like, you know, because really wish it didn't have to go down like this. He goes to hit Killmonger, and then he kills T'Challa.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's over, man. R&D. Is nothing to joke about. And he takes the glove and slashes it open. This I'm really feeling. He's like, better question. Why wear the uniform of your own oppressor? Fight for them, die for them.
Talking to Rhodey here.
Be part of the system to change the system. He's like, nah, you can burn it all down. And then he stabs Rhodey with a glove, kills him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is pure Killmonger right here. You know what I mean?
Planting the evidence.
Mm-hmm. Plants the gun in Rhodey's hand. And Claw's like, oh, my. I would not want to play chess with you, my friend. I leaked word of the sale to the Wakandan war dogs, and it all played out just as you predicted it would. Which means that Claw has been working with Killmonger the entire time.
Mm-hmm. And has contacts with Wakanda.
Which is interesting because he stole all this from Wakanda.
Mm-hmm. You think it was an inside job? I think it may have been an inside job. Like,
absolutely.
And so that's really something to think about. If like he just said, he alerted the what do you say, the Wakandan war dogs. So that means not only did he steal it from Wakanda, I'm thinking, yeah, it had to be like an inside job kind of thing.
Okay, so it was an inside job, you were saying.
Yeah, I think it was an inside job. I've kind of stumbled over that a few times, but like, because he said, you know, Wakandan war dogs. I think it was an inside job.
Well, and what's funny is, you know, Claw, obviously he had help to escape Wakanda. They said he's the only person who's ever escaped Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
So he had help.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fully believe that.
I think that adds some more to it.
And Killmonger does this cool shit with the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is why I think he's a great villain. He's a villainian. He's a villainian. He's a great. The guy is just amazing. Just love the guy.
This scene right here where they're bringing T'Challa back.
Yes, the Dora.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Rhodey.
I think you got the guys, and I'm not gonna make fun of the Air Force, you know, because they've done more than you and I have.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, compared their uniform compared to the Doras, it's no.
There's no comparison.
No, none at all. And then look who you see in the middle there, General Thunderbolt Ross.
Mm-hmm. Old Thunderbolt himself.
Old Thunder Thighs Ross.
Mm-hmm. Old
He's
Big
like-
Bolt Ross.
Hey, Tony brought you a gift, and he hands him the spear. He's like, we lost one of our own. And just who's the boss, Lieutenant? Last I checked, your name's on the building. And the paper trail. You certainly saw to that. Tony knows something's up.
Tony knows everything's up.
Mm-hmm. He's like, but not everything. And he's got where he killed him. Word of the wise. Never play Clue with Jarvis. He sees all. Jarvis recreating it. Go ahead, call the cops. Still won't get here in time to save you. Yeah, well, the police are the law. I want justice. And this is Tony's, he locks down the place.
So now this right here, I want to go back. This right here, when he was, let me rewind it here. I hit the wrong button and pause and unpause. After he says, something about Jarvis, and you see what would you call them? Like blast walls?
Yeah.
Sliding down. So did Tony initiate that, or was that Killmonger?
No, Tony did because he's trapping him in there with Jarvis.
Yeah, so he's got him stuck in there. And this right here, so God, let me get it just right, 'cause I caught it earlier.
We're right here.
Right, kind of right in here. So the look
He's given.
the look he's giving him. So the walls dropped, like he knows he's trapped in there with him, right?
Right.
And you can see, like, from the glow behind him, he's obviously possessed by Mephisto because of the red glow.
Oh, fuck off, dude. Did you see me leaning in?
I did. I was like, oh, I got him. I got a nibble.
Oh, fuck off.
So Mephisto obviously was influencing Killmonger.
Kyle
through this
wiggles
whole
his
thing.
little worm in front of my face every damn time,
Yep.
and I always bite it.
Yep.
I'm a good friend.
That you are. Yeah, I was like, man, he's not going to fall for it this time. Then you leaned in. I was like, oh, I got him. I'm going to reel him in now.
I got him, boy.
Hung me a marlin. So
How's the creepy old man in the corner drinking the jug of whiskey with the XXX on it going, yeah, boy, get it, yeah.
that's sea bass over there.
See, and he's like, you're going to hire people to come. He's like, yeah, there's no need. I melted that ring of yours. And then you hear this whirling, and in comes the Gundam. And here's the thing. You were right. Vibranium worked like a charm. So it doesn't look like a Gundam anymore. It kind of does, but it looks like some of the units, like in the flag units from like Gundam 00. It looks like some of the designs in later Gundam series. Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. It looks like one of those.
Like a little less flashy. Like
It's just a different kind of mech. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mobile suit. But it's still really cool.
Mhm.
And Killmonger groans if you look at the subtitles.
I think is what he said.
What do you say? To killers? He goes,
Ah.
that's good. The robot's coming towards him, and Killmonger's shooting him at him with the, Stark Industries plate.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's going to be bulletproof. Come on.
Yeah. He's like, you programmed the drone, right? His moves are your moves. He's like, guess I have to freestyle then.
So that part, when he started doing that, reminded me of, what was the character off of Street Fighter that was like the dance fighting?
DJ.
Yeah. Like when he kicks the table. Look at him when he kicks the table and think about.
Oh, what is it? The Brazilian dance fighting?
Capoeira.
Capoeira, yeah.
Ooh, ha, ha. Capoeira. Ooh, ha, Brazil.
Johnny Bravo.
No, Bob's Burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Bob's
What was his
Burgers.
name? Was it Gino?
God, I can't remember.
Bob, it is too much oil.
It's too sexy.
Too sexy. Oh, Tina.
Ooh, ha, ha. Capoeira. Oh, ha.
Tina, can you
Brazil.
put your shirt on again? Take your shirt off.
Back on the menu, boys.
That was the wrong button, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Hold on.
The look of defeat in your voice or your face.
I thought I had it.
You hit the wrong sound effect button. I'm not editing that out either. That's just going to
Damn
stay.
it. Yeah, what else is new? But yeah, Capoeira.
Yeah.
Way's got your number, am I right? By the way, Hulu just put season 12 up.
Ooh.
You forget your program.
Watch Think DJ when he kicks this table. Like, yeah,
Oh, it is.
yeah, that was straight up. Well, then he rips his shirt off.
Which
And
is
so-
awesome because it's all those scars on him.
Yep. So that stayed.
He spots the spear and it hurts the drone because it is vibranium.
Mhm.
Strongest stuff on the planet, and goes right through the drone's head. And then he throws it to Tony, and Tony's terrible at catch.
Catch. What? Oh.
So if you notice right here, they even have that walk that Michael B. Jordan had as Killmonger. That
Mhm.
cocky ass walk. Hold on.
Yep.
Right there. See it?
Mm-hmm. Nailed it.
Nailed it. And he's like, what did he say about his scars?
Something about lawn darts.
Oh yeah. Everyone is for a kill, believe it or not, Tony. Really hoping you wouldn't make the cut, literally, because he cuts himself.
Because he cut. Yeah, it's a thing.
He's a cutter. Frankie's a cutter. That was from that episode with Frankie of Real World, where we found out she was a cutter.
Oh God, it's so loud.
I know. Basically, he keeps pushing the spear in. He's like, you know what the difference is? You can't see the difference between you and me. It kills Tony. And then sinister music plays.
Bum bum bum.
Killmonger takes out the knife and cuts himself. And then there's the Watcher.
Just watching. His big old
Pervert.
head. Pervert.
Pervert. Vibranium spear, Wakandan issue. And, got Thunderbolt Ross. And there's Pepper and Happy. How did
His
none of this get
mustache
captured?
does look awesome, though. They animated it really well.
Yeah, they did.
Hmm.
And they're like, how did none of this get caught with security? Like Tony's got all the stuff. Happy ass. And Pepper goes, Jarvis was wiped clean conveniently. And she looked at Killmonger's like, what are you implying, Pepper? I don't know. 3 murders in 2 days and 1 man at the center. You are talking to a highly decorated naval officer. It's cool, General. Cut the lady some slack. Her and Tony were tight. And he's got this shitty grin.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. Maxim
Yeah.
model.
And they said, what's this? Wakanda wants a war. Put the Liberator drones into production. Okay, hold on. That'll require a multi-billion-dollar. What did Pepper say?
Allocation.
Allocation. The board will never approve that. And Thunderbolt Ross was like, yeah, no, you work for me.
And Patriot Act covers that. You are now part of the government.
Yep.
You have been
Ceases to
assimilated.
control all Stark Industry assets. She's like, you must be joking. No one has ever accused me of being funny, Miss Potts.
That's
Where
accurate.
it were. You work for me now. That's true too. Next thing you know, we see the Liberator drones being built.
Lots of them.
Mass production Gundams. And then
Did you get more
Thunderbolts.
excited?
Yes. Like, congratulations, Lieutenant. You just invented 21st century warfare. And you see those hundreds of drones following Killmonger. That's a cool scene right there.
Wait a minute. Does this mean Gundam's canon in the MCU now?
God, I hope so.
Because there's been several TV shows and movies and things that if they mention that show,
Well, no, because this isn't canon.
oh, you're right. Carry
This
on.
is kind of, damn it. You got me all, you gave me a little
just
shove.
hoping like maybe
for a
they
minute.
existed in the like the shows existed
Give me-
in the universe. You know what
Give me
they
an
did,
old
Chris?
man shove
They
for a
do.
little bit. No, it's
They
fine.
do. They exist in the MCU. The
It's
shows
fine.
do.
It's like you're on that date.
Yeah.
The shirt comes off only to find out another shirt comes on because you had just spilled the marinara all over your date's shirt. And you're not watching it. You just know that the shirt's coming off sometime.
It's
That
oddly
may have happened to
specific.
me.
It's oddly specific.
I mean, not that it ever happened to me. I think it might have been Justin.
Yeah, it's probably Justin.
It's probably Justin. Sounds like a Justin story.
It does sound like a Justin story.
You beautiful bastard.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just about to get started. How about a road trip? And Killmonger's just got this cocky way of talking every single time.
So now we're in Jurassic Park.
Right. And
You cannot tell me you did not think of that when they pull up in that top-down Jeep.
Yes, it was Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And look. Claw just
Mhm.
smelled whatever they were sitting in.
Oh, Like I was waiting for a glass of water to be sitting on the dash of this Jeep and just like to start to do the little wiggle. Mm-hmm. Their vision is based on movement,
Not sound.
not sound. No, movement.
And he turns on the lights, and you see the barrier to Wakanda. And
See, Killmonger eyes kind of light up a little bit there because
Yeah,
he's
'cause he's
there.
home.
He's made it.
I guess he's made it after all.
I found it, Dad. So
'Cause, like you said,
Paul's like ready
Wakanda-
to leave after
Yeah.
he shows him. He's like, you don't want to be on the business end of the spears. And he wasn't thinking about being on the business end of a bullet.
and which is what happened.
And here's what.
And
Oh, okay.
Go
Never mind. He was carrying him in. Okay.
Yep.
I was like, why was he walking so far? He had a Jeep.
Priam,
I mean, like he
Najada.
shows his lip tattoo.
made out of vibranium. And he's like, we were led to believe that. I let us believe that. You know, and this one, T'Chaka's still alive.
Yeah.
And we
Like
see
the whole-
Shuri.
The whole story's coming out. Everything's happening. You know, the hidden nephew and, you know. It's,
Okay, look at this scene here. The way they are. So T'Chaka, Shuri, and I can never remember her name.
the little one.
No, not Shuri, his mom.
Oh,
I keep wanting to call her Nairobi, but that's Simba's mom.
Yeah.
But the way they're sitting, does that not remind you of Coming to America
a little bit.
with
Little bit.
King Jaffe Jafar?
Have you watched the new one?
Yes.
Is it good?
If you go in expecting, you know, it's going to be stupid as hell, yes.
All right. I'm good with that.
I enjoyed it because I thought it was funny. I loved Coming to America. Leslie Jones was hilarious. I love Leslie Jones. But if you go in don't expecting a great movie, you'll enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
I'll
got a
just,
lot. I mean, the writing's not the best, but just go in
Like-
expecting a Coming to America. And it's not the first Coming to America either.
Yeah. So, yeah, like the rest of things in my life, I'll just keep my expectations low and I won't be disappointed.
Like our friendship.
Yeah. Lowered
but-
expectations.
Wait, hold on.
You can't do that when I'm taking a drink.
So, and Shuri's like, he is still an American soldier. Why does he know of our people?
God, you were butchering that accent.
I know, I'm terrible.
Oh, God.
I cannot do Wakandan.
No.
Yeah, I am. I'm awful. I apologize to any Wakandans listening to us. And he's like, these are my people too, cousin.
That's also a terrible accent.
You know what? We all know I am no Killmonger.
No, you're not. He is way more suave.
And better
Smooth.
looking and athletic and more muscles,
Mhm.
not as fat,
Cooler scars.
cooler scars,
Yeah. Better beard.
less acne, way better beard,
Taller.
taller,
More athletic.
more
People like
athletic.
him.
People like him.
Yeah.
Probably has a better car.
Yeah.
His ball. He probably doesn't sit on his balls. Well, he might. I don't
I
know.
bet he
is kind
does
of a
because
man.
they're huge. See how badass he is at things?
That's true.
Yeah,
You have
he
to
has
have
huge
that.
huevos. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have huge huevos
To
for
pull
those.
off this plan that he's doing right now, they got to be massive. Like he probably needed that Jeep to haul him in. But
So,
no,
They
he probably has a vibranium cup.
Killbonger. Killbonger, and we know what that ring was now.
But that was, yeah, well, maybe. Killbonger sounds like the
The stoner version of
either
Killmonger.
the Mad Magazine or the Crack Magazine version of,
Alfred with Alfred P. Newman as the bong.
yeah, how they always do the names like that. Yeah.
Yes,
Killbonger.
Killbonger.
You know, it's not that funny, but you're going to buy it anyway because you're 7 and you're at the grocery store and like, oh, I'm going to buy a Mad Magazine.
It's
That's
like,
when you
I
see it.
love Spy versus Spy. They made a video game out of it.
They did. I have it somewhere.
I love that game.
Or maybe I have a digital copy. Anyway,
Murder your people, proof that I'm Wakandan, blah, blah, blah. T'Chaka stands up.
so how many movie, well, I mean, I know the timeline's kind of different, but basically we've jumped through 3 movies now, right?
Yep.
Iron Man, Age of Ultron,
And this one.
and now we're in Black Panther.
Yep.
Ish. Yeah. So that's what this one, I mean, it was really cool. And I think this one was extremely ambitious because they covered a lot of shit really quick.
Yeah.
Because we're only, 20 minutes into this episode? They covered a lot of ground.
They did
it's
cover a lot of ground.
it flows really well. Very, I mean, I can't help with it. I was confused. Just,
Right.
That's my own fault. But anyway, so they're
Oh, that's who they look like. Okay.
robots.
Yeah, the robots. They look like Bastion from Overwatch.
Oh,
They look like a lot of Bastions, like a skin for Bastion.
oh,
Do they not?
like hold on, like little bastions.
Woof, woof, woof.
What was that?
He's the one that
Uh,
turns into the tank for his ultimate.
Yeah. Well, I've only played a little bit, but
Oh, okay. Look up Bastion for Overwatch. He's the robot, and he turns into a Gatling gun.
little bastions, not little Sebastian. So I thought, like,
Yeah.
after they kill him, they're going to play 5,000 Candles in the Wind.
No,
by
not little Sebastian. It's
by
like
Mouse Rat.
you
And then
got
you get Chris
to-
Pratt in on there.
You
So
got
yeah,
to
it works.
kill the girl. Whoa,
Yeah, little bastions, not little Sebastian. Okay, I'm on it.
Bastion. Bastion. Look, type in Bastion Overwatch.
Okay. I was just thinking how funny it'd be like a bunch of little miniature horses were actually raiding. Like, look at all the little bastions.
Ugh.
Or little Sebastians. Dang it, I screwed my own joke up.
Yeah, you did. So you-
Overwatch.
Bastion.
I have it. I've only played it like 3 or 4 times.
I liked Overwatch.
Oh, they
Good for
do.
you. See, does it not look like just like Bastion?
It's like the colors are inverted.
Yeah,
That's the only thing. Like, yeah, it looks just like him.
I think they
Like
owe
the
some
head's the same.
they owe Activision some money here.
Don't let Activision know. 'Cause then we'd have to
Activision
go
needs
back
the
and-
money right now.
If we wanted to rewatch this and they find out, then we're going to pay the extra for the DLC to actually see these robots.
That would be a sweet DLC if it says Stark on there.
That's like pretty damn close. That's almost exactly.
Yeah, it
Like-
looks like Bastion.
I mean, how many ways can you make a robot though? Honestly, like that. If you're making a bipedal attack bot,
Lots. Look at Futurama.
well, those aren't.
You can have
These
you
are
can
kill
have the
bots.
clamps.
I got the clamps.
You got the
Yeah, but-
clamps. A Roberto.
Well, those
Yeah.
aren't battle bots.
Hey, they're red. You got that? What was the BattleBot 2000 or whatever? Kill.
Oh, I was thinking of the fembots and Charlene. Was it Charlene that was the thresher on the moon for the farmer? She was like a combine.
But Paul, I love him.
Yeah, that one.
That one, yeah. Yeah.
God, we've chased so many rabbits this episode.
Oh, I love that one.
Mm.
And then Shuri goes, "Why should we trust you with our people's lives? Why should we trust you?"
That wasn't even the right accent.
You know what? I do not care. I'm an Italian.
Yeah, it's like you sound like a really shitty Italian villain.
Yeah, I do.
I poisoned your meatballs. Yeah.
I can't do it.
You keep trying though. I mean, you'll eventually, like, either
Get-
by
Get in
practice
the
or just
ballpark
pure dumb luck, you'll hit the right accent.
someday. I'm gonna keep practicing. That might be our Freaky Friday.
You're gonna play the whole thing with an accent.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll go, "E Bombay," and you're like, "We're cooking right now.
We're playing Overcooked too. Why are you?
We're playing Mighty Ducks. Gordon Bombay, Gordon Bombay."
Oh, I haven't thought about that in so long.
Look at Killmonger's mouth where we paused it.
Like, "Arr."
It
Like
looks
he's
like
holding in a
Rocky.
fart.
Is like,
Oh. Well, oh yeah, a little bit. Well, your paw's slightly different than I am, but I think I know what's going.
2057. Yeah. I know what it's like to have someone taken from me. And if I had the chance to avenge my father, I wouldn't hesitate. Again, he's just so charismatic and so smart.
Mhm.
And he's telling, these people murdered your son. If there's only one chance I'm legit, isn't it worth the risk?
This is where he was telling them let let the kill bots,
Mhm.
the what do they call them, the Liberator
The
drones or whatever,
Liberators.
inside the force field, and then they'll shut it behind them. Basically, shut the door, and then they won't be able to communicate with their comm
It
satellite.
interrupts the radio signal.
Yeah.
And he said, these people murdered your son. And then T'Chaka looks over at
Chaka.
T'Challa's mom and says, what do you say, General? I didn't know she was a general.
Yeah. There
Did
you
you?
go. No.
Like, here, this is another reason I love this episode. She looks at him, and then you see her in her headdress still, but then she has a Dora.
But she has
Costume,
the
except it's-
headdress with it.
Uh-huh. Well, and look, it's orange, not red.
Yeah, hers is a
And
little
the
bit more
colorations
ornate.
are different.
She's got a little bit more going on, but she
It's
still has a
white.
spear.
And orange and black
And spear.
and spear.
Yeah.
She's here with us in spirit.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're getting there.
And they're going, Ye Bombay.
At the Sydney Opera House behind him.
They just
See it?
transported it. Yes. They just
Yeah.
transported it.
And that comes into play the next episode. Okay. So they're chanting, they're ready to attack. I guess they're ready to defend because they're not thinking they're going to attack. So you see all the robots making their way through. We've kind of got this tense scene of them just waiting. Or we don't see them coming through yet. They're waiting. And you see the one little red eye light up. So you know there's one of the Liberator drones out there, and then it's just like whoosh, this field of red. All the robots are out there
Right.
marching in. I can't say robot the normal way unless I'm really thinking about it, because freaking Bender.
Robots.
Or not Bender, but Zoidberg.
Zoidberg. Finally, Zoidberg is the winner.
Mhm.
We see they're like all drones are on target.
And so they're questioning the legitimacy of the plan a little bit here, but you know they've already committed to it. And see General Ross, you know, he's like, "Oh, where's Wakanda?" And then the force field opens, and he's like, "Oh, the rumors are true. The Liberators make their way under where the force field was, and then they close the shields behind them. And there's like a lot of them. I'm gonna guess. I mean,
There's like
easily
50.
somewhere between 7 and 50,000 drones there, somewhere between in that range.
7 and 50,000.
Yeah. easily somewhere in there is how many drones they
7 and 50,000.
Yeah.
I think
Prove
that's
me
a
wrong.
safe bet.
Prove me
I think
wrong.
that's a safe bet.
I should go to Vegas.
They shut the shield, and Shuri's like, "It's working. You're right." And T'Chaka's like, "I am, I'm proud to be your uncle." He's like,
Aw,
"Aw,
at a moment.
no, whatever journey you takes you, you'll always have a home in Wakanda." He's like, "I want a little bit more than that." He presses this button, and it's like the remote start for your car.
Mhm.
And the drones start back up again. It says Stark Industries.
It would have been funny to see if he pushed that little button here, like a whoop whoop.
He goes, "Oh, hold on, cuz.
Where'd I leave my robot?
Wrong button, cuz."
Here's somewhere.
And then
So
we
then
see the border tribe
Mhm.
put it up, their shields, and the Dora are going behind them.
Yep.
And there's a lot of Dora.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing through. And then his mom is amazing.
You think they didn't really feel like expanding Wakanda because the Dora didn't want to be explorers?
I don't know, because you could never find it on the map.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, he missed it, and then you totally redeemed yourself. I'm so happy.
No, I did not miss it. I was going,
And
should
like,
I
he's
do
got
the
something.
map? Or is it because the Killmonger swiped the vibranium?
Killmonger, no swiping.
Killmonger, no killing.
I thought it was cool from when they showed the top-down view of the battles going on, that they were like doing this flanking maneuver
Yes.
to come around. And so now he is destroying. Basically, he's murdering his own children right now.
Yep.
Those
Well,
are
and
his
you notice-
creations.
Is that? I wonder which Dora this is.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. And it's not being mean or anything. It's just they're all bald.
Yeah. Like same haircut, same
Costume.
outfit. Yeah, they're all about the same height.
And I'm sorry, his mom's awesome. Hold on one sec. You talk about this. I'm gonna look up because I think I know who it is.
So they're still battling out. So you get a really cool battle scene here. Really, not a lot of dialogue to go over. It's just mostly, them killing the robots. His mom standing triumphantly after she kills some, and she gives.
Okay, it is Okoye.
It was Okoye.
Yeah, that's Okoye. And Angela Bassett is Queen Ramonda.
Ramonda, there it is.
She
does a badass finishing moves where she stabs like 2 at once and then pulls it through.
She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Ross is pissed because the drone uplink goes down, and that shitty smile. And then you see his eyes go real wide.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I just killed you." There's the Watcher, like looking out
look
like
pleased.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Does he not?
That is almost the freaking Lion King scene with the Watcher up in the clouds, Killmonger on the cliff.
Killmonger's going to be holding up Shuri going, you wouldn't that? She's like, "Put me down.
Put me down. God.
Cousin,
short.
put me down. I hate being short." Well, look. Okay. So the cloud to the right of the Watcher's face, it almost looks like two people intertwined.
Hold on.
Or
I'm looking for it here.
kind of like,
turn my head just right.
kind of looks like intertwined, or it looks like intestine.
His rider. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see the intestines now.
You see what I mean, though?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's some entrail clouds.
So that's shitty, but it could be intro clouds.
Mhm.
And then he's just smiling over the sunset. He's like, "Yeah, I got this."
Yep. So he asked me, like, does it meet your expectations? Says it surpasses them, and we could share it with our brothers and sisters across the world. And your father wished the same. So he's like coming to the end of what his plan was, which was to come back. I mean, actually the same what he was wanting to do in Black Panther. And now he becomes the next Black Panther. They give him the herb. He goes through the whole ritual process, and he goes into Vision Land. They called it something, I think.
I can't remember either. B-Rob would know.
Yeah, B-Rob would know.
And then he sees the panthers on the trees.
Mhm.
The past panthers. And you hear T'Challa, "Was it worth it?" He comes down, turns into T'Challa, "My cousin." Like, yeah, I did what I had to do. For what? A throne? For vengeance, for my father, for all my brothers and sisters who suffered through oppression. And that's the other reason I think Killmonger is such a good villain. He doesn't do it because he's this, I mean, he is ego maniacal, but like he does it because he genuinely thinks what he's doing is in the right.
Well, a lot of the villains do. I mean, you think like Magneto,
Yeah.
things that he was doing.
Yeah.
Like it's a very similar path, really. I mean, not how they got there, but they're the way they're thinking.
Right.
I think most of the villains have a at least in their mind, a noble cause. They're just
Something.
not-
Yeah.
Like I'm just not gonna be an asshole to be an asshole, unless you're Penguin or something. But
Unless you're a penguin.
yeah.
I don't know where I was going to go. I'm just saying he genuinely just thinks he's this awesome, just character.
Yeah.
What he's doing is like, it's a higher calling for him.
Yeah. And it's not a bad mission. It's just the way he's going about it.
What, killing everyone? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really I mean, there's probably a better way to do it.
There probably is a better way to do it. You believe the cure for human suffering is more suffering, says T'Challa. Is the cure is power, and now I have it. And he's dressed like the Black Panther, walking out. Power unearned can be a very volatile force, cousin. Looking out over Wakanda, it'll get the best of you eventually, on your plane or on ours. He's saying, basically, when you die, we're gonna get you
And kick your ass all over the spirit realm.
And then notice that they made Tony the Captain America.
Oh yeah, only you can avenge
Only can
Tony
avenge
Stark.
Tony Stark. Yep.
Mhm.
When all Jericho missiles locked and loaded at 0600, they're going to attack Wakanda.
Yeah.
It's a lot of firepower to aim at a country most. What'd she say?
Most Americans can't find on a map. So you got Pepper trying to be the voice of reason again.
Like normal. Pepper's awesome.
Pepper is awesome. Who do they have playing doing Pepper? It's Beth Hoyt. Okay.
Beth Hoyt.
So she walks in the office and who does she see?
Shuri.
Shuri she does.
Sure she does. Shit. Like, I'm here to help, Miss Potts. And she throws her the tablet, the Tony Stark iPad. And she's like, I knew it. He killed Tony. And your brother, how did you get this? She got the information. Stark was a genius, but he's not the only genius. Paris, we have a common enemy. Unfortunately, your side and mine refuse to see it. So let us open their eyes together. And then watch, our heroes are really never gone. They live forever. See, okay, this is one big, big problem.
Okay.
That I have with this series too.
All right.
It leaves it so open-ended. And like so much like there should be something to at least close it off, give you some sense of closure. But there's not.
Fans will fill it in with fan fiction.
Right. Well,
which
it's
could be
like,
really cool.
What the next episode, like the ending of that one?
That one
could be so many possibilities, though.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But that's the whole point of this series.
It is, but
because if they wanted to bring it to a full conclusion, I don't think they could do it in 30 minutes because they're taking on some huge stories. Except the next one.
Did 3 movies.
Next episode, they probably could have.
The next episode is not my favorite.
No. But I think this one, like zombies, yeah, they could have wrapped it up. This one, probably not. Well, zombies, they did basically kind of almost wrap it up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough there to lead you to believe that there's some resolution happening. This was a cool one. They covered so much territory.
I did like this one. I like this one a lot.
Like, they covered a lot more territory than what you would think for a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
And so
good.
What do we got? This was episode 6. We got 3 more after this. We got 7, which is if Thor was an only child. Do we know what 8 is yet?
I don't think they've said. Or I've tried. Let me put this. I haven't tried to look ahead.
Let's see if there was a name for 8 yet. I mean, we know just from the opening sequence that there's some cool stuff coming with Vision.
Yeah.
All IMDb has out for it is that episode 1.8, and there's going to be a Tony Stark and the Watcher. And that's it. That's the only 2 they have listed.
That we know of so far.
Yeah. And it comes out as of date of recording in 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yep. Yep, it sure does. So, something to think about. I'm just really curious to see, because have they said if there was a season 2 or not? I know I've asked you before, but I always forget.
They haven't said yet.
I think we'll know after the final episode.
I'm
hanging my hat that that's going to be something to actually tie most, if not all, these in together to lead into something else.
Right.
at the very least, establishing the Watcher as a character. Because the
I
guy that
wonder if we're going to
voices
see.
the Watcher, Jeffrey Wright, could play the Watcher in live action very easily.
Does he kind of look like him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look him up.
Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah. He looks a lot like him. But, you know, he's...
WRIGHT?
Yep. Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, he kind of does.
Like he could pull off
I
a
wonder
live
if they
action.
did. I wonder if they did base him off of him.
Probably. That would make sense. That way, if they wanted to bring the Watcher into the universe, which I think they may.
Actually, he does look a lot like him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think
Especially
they modeled.
a couple pictures.
I think they modeled the animated version after him.
The dude does have a huge forehead.
Well, he's bald, so basically his whole head is a forehead.
Oh,
But yeah, that's what
That
happens when
works
you
out.
lose hair, Chris.
what? Hold on. This luscious hair.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever. You're no, yeah, whatever. You're no Justin, but but yeah, I think he could. Maybe that was a choice they made to do that.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. What did you all think?
I like the
liked this
episode.
episode. I liked this one a lot.
Yeah, I did too.
There's other
I was a little
episodes that I could do
confused,
without.
you know, and I
Yeah.
told you why, and I kind of expressed that in this episode. But going back and rewatching it together, it kind of pieced everything back together for me where it
Right.
needed to be.
So, you know, let us know what you think. Tell us if you liked it, you didn't like, if you think we're on, if you think we're off.
Probably off.
Probably off, but just
Yeah.
let us know.
Mhm.
So
Join the
with that,
Discord. All the
join the
links are down in the show description below. Please join the Discord
they
check
are
that out.
down
Below.
below us.
below. Please below us.
What? Okay, yeah. But yeah, guys, join up, check it out. Let us know what you think, and we're gonna keep doing these until at least this series runs out.
Haven't decided if we're going to do Hawkeye yet.
Maybe. Join the
But we
Discord.
like-
Let us know if you guys want us to do that or not. If that's
Yeah.
something you'd be interested in.
If you guys would be interested, we'll do it.
If not, fuck it. We might still do it.
We still might do it.
Yeah.
But with holiday season coming up, so we got some good ideas for holiday episodes too.
Yep, we're getting right in the middle of spooky season right now, so that's my favorite time of the year. So yeah, lots of cool things happening. You guys join in.
So with that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. Wherever you guys are, have a good morning, evening, night, whatever time it is, and please be good to each other.
See ya.
See ya.
Nerd Corker, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd Corker, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word. MCs shied away from